Hey everyone, welcome back. So in this session, we are going to discuss about creating a DAX measure in which we will try to find out the percentage of the patients who face the problem of dizziness when they had a panic attack. So I will simply right click on this panic attack data table here under the data pane. And since we are going to create a new measure, so this time I'll simply click on new measure. In the previous sessions, we have discussed about creating the calculated column. This time we are creating a new measure. So here, since we want to find out the percentage of patients with dizziness as the symptom, so we may simply write percentage patients and let's write dizziness. And then we are going to use divide function here. So we may simply write divide, press tab key. Now for divide function, you have to provide three arguments. The very first being numerator, second one being denominator, and the third one being alternative result. Alternate result has to be provided when, in case if there's a case that appears where a given number has to be divided by 0. So in those cases, we want the output to be, let's say 0 only, right? So for that purpose, we have to provide the alternate result as well. So now, first of all, let's talk about the numerator. So in the numerator, we want the count of those rows from our table in the data set where the dizziness is equal to true. So we can simply use COUNTROWS function for that purpose. And inside this COUNTROWS function, we will further use the filter function because we will have to specify that wherever the dizziness column's value is equal to true, we want only those rows to be counted in that table. So we will further write filter, and then inside the filter function, we have to first of all mention the table name, and then we have to provide the filter expression. So the name of our table is panic attack data, single quote. The moment you will type single quote, it will show you the possible table names. Since there is only one table in our data set, so we will simply select that by pressing tab key, then comma. We are now required to provide the filter expression inside the filter function. So we want the value of the dizziness column to be equal to true. So single quote, it will show you all the possible columns that you can choose from. And now select panic attack data dizziness column from here. The value in this column has to be equal to true. So fine. So in this way, you can write this expression. Now let's close the filter function. So bracket close. Now let's close the COUNTROWS function. So again, bracket close. Now comma. Now you are required to provide the denominator. So we need to divide this value by the total number of the rows present in our data set. So we will now again use COUNTROWS function, but this time it is not required to provide any filter because we want to count all the rows. So inside the COUNTROWS function, we'll simply mention the name of the table. So single quote, panic attack data, bracket close, then comma, alternate result. In case if there's a case where any given number is being divided by 0, we do not want that to happen. So in that case, we will provide an alternate result as 0 and then close the bracket. And in this way, the divide function will be closed. So this will show you the percentage patients who face the problem of dizziness when they had a panic attack. We'll simply press enter. All right, and it was successfully created. Let's move to the other page. So we will simply click here on new page and it's going to create a new blank page for us. And since we want to represent the value contained in this percentage dizziness patients measure, so I will simply click here on card. It's going to create a blank card for us. And now we'll simply double click on this percentage patients dizziness measure. We'll drag and drop it here in this card. All right, let's drag and drop it again. So there are 52% patients with this problem of dizziness, but we should make a small change in our formula to represent the correct 52% value. If I'll further click here on this percentage patients with dizziness and we'll expand this formula bar. So here we ultimately had to multiply this value, this entire value by 100. Why? Because as of now, only division is taking place, right? But if you want the value between 0 to 100, so in that case, you'll have to multiply this division by 100. right? So what we will now do, we will multiply this result by 100. And if I'll now press enter, so you will see the value is around 51.67, which approximately is equal to 52%. So this tells you that there are 52% people, almost 52% people who faced dizziness as a symptom when they had a panic attack. So I hope this video was helpful, and we will meet in the next session. We are going to create the age group analysis page. So we'll be using that age group column in that particular analysis that we have discussed in the previous sessions. I hope this video was helpful. We'll meet in the next session. Till then, thank you. Bye-bye.